So, are you here? Yay! United we stand, and united we're here! Thank you, gentlemen and ladies, for tuning in to another episode of the Paul Leslie Hour. This show is the culmination of 19 years and counting. The mission statement: helping people tell their stories. And we're honored that you're a part of this. On today's episode, our special guest, Alexis Wilkins, is a talented, sharp, lovely, patriotic country music recording artist. Singer-songwriter Alexis Wilkins represents unapologetic storytelling and cowboy-like leaning. She's already struck platinum and has more than 1 million streams across the various listening platforms out there. Impressive. Our guest, Alexis Wilkins, is going to be talking with Paul E. Leslie about her latest single recording, Stand. And she'll talk about a lot more. Hey, before we hit the 20-year mark, coming soon, we've been inviting people to subscribe to Paul Leslie's YouTube channel. And it's a-working, mama. We want to double that number of subscribers. And we're gonna do it, mama. It's free to subscribe on YouTube, and also make sure you ring that bell. Bing, bing! Did you also know that the Paul Leslie Hour is made possible by people just like you? Oh, please, let me tell you, we depend on our contributors. Just visit thepaulleslie.com/support, and we thank you for listening and supporting. Hey, you're gonna love meeting Alexis Wilkins, and we're really, really proud to have her right here on the Paul Leslie Hour. Paul, why don't you start interviewing Alexis? Isn't that what you do?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you so much for coming on here.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here.
What a great background you have there. Very patriotic.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so pleased to be joined by Alexis Wilkins. She is an Arkansas-bred, Nashville-based country recording artist, singer, songwriter, and writer. She has this new song out. I think you all are really going to enjoy it, Stand. So, Alexis, thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
So you are in Nashville at the moment.
I am, yes.
So tell us about this song, Stand. What was it initially that pulled you to this song?
Stand, Stand is a song that I have always loved. So it was written by, it's the only song I've ever put out that I didn't write myself. I'm passionate about writing and writing all of my songs, but this one, I couldn't have said it any better. And this one was written by my friend, JT Cooper, who, and Shelby Lee Lowe. And JT, he started an organization called Warrior Rounds, and he is a veteran himself. He was a part of Black Hawk Down, what we all know as Black Hawk Down over in Somalia. And so when he came back, writing was a huge part of his process in healing from that. And he wrote Stand a couple of years ago and started Warrior Rounds. And Warrior Rounds now pairs songwriters with veterans to write their stories or just share things that they want to share, write really anything they want to write. We just help tell their story. And so born out of Warrior Rounds, this song came about. And I've always loved it. I wanted to cut it. I wanted to be a part of the story. And so I did. And so this is Stand. And I'm just really honored that I get to sing it.
So what goes through your mind when you're singing this song, Stand?
Oh gosh. It's interesting you asked me that now. I just sang it this morning at the VA. We did a 6 a.m. show to celebrate Veterans Day. we had a like coffee truck and everything come up, and I was singing it and standing there and singing it for employees of the VA and veterans. And I was looking out at everyone, and I feel really honored to get to sing it. And what's going through my mind is honestly just looking at their faces, especially when I'm singing it live. I just got to sing it for a big crowd in Branson, and looking out, just the fact that it means as much to the people listening to it as it does to me, and that they have an emotional reaction to it, and it means something to their story. Gosh, just means the world to me. That's all I can think about during it, is the gravity, honestly, of it.
We look at this background with the American flag and the American eagle back there. What is it about America that makes it an exceptional place to you?
I think it's a lot of things, but I think it's the fact that it's going to sound cliche, but we have so many freedoms that when you look around the world, you don't have other places. And I think that because we live here every day, this is our life, that kind of, falls by the wayside. And I think that America is a place where absolutely anything is possible. Again, it sounds cliche, but if you work hard, if I think it's a place of opportunity. It truly is. Yeah.
That's right. Well, you were mentioning J.T. Cooper, and I'm hoping you can tell us more about him. Tell us about the guy behind this song.
J.T. Cooper is, I call him my big brother. He is one of the most incredible people I have ever met. He, of course, started Warrior Rounds and has this veterans history. And when he came back home, he was writing music and started, he owns a plumbing company, and, just really has created a whole world for himself. It's just incredible and like so honorable to watch. And also, has an incredible family, is an awesome dad. He's adopted a lot of kids out of foster care. Their family fosters kids as well. I think there's like 8 kids now, 8 or 9 kids. I've lost count. They're incredible. The family, I love the Coopers. I cannot say enough good things about them. And he always preaches, in these Warrior Rounds retreats that we do, that the importance of battle buddies. When you come home from the military, or when you're out in the military, they teach you to have battle buddies. And when you come home, it's just as important. And so he tells people that he's never met before that, he'll be their battle buddy, and that they can call him, anytime they feel like they need someone. He talks a lot about the 22 a day statistic, and he puts it into action and does a lot to try and help with it, and literally gives people his phone number, so that he can be their battle buddy. And so I'm so honored to have him as my battle buddy, because he's a great person.
So this song, Stand, now people can get it. Tell us about how they can get the song.
So you can stream Stand anywhere you listen to music, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora. The video is exclusively on Rumble and Truth Social. Okay.
So everyone, please check that out. I think you're going to enjoy it as much as I have. Something I thought, now this is really, really interesting to me. I used to be a antique book dealer. You collect old history books.
I do. That's so cool. I do.
Tell me about that and some of the stuff that you have in your collection.
I love that I'm like so excited that you asked me this question. People don't always ask about this. I'm like, I started collecting old history books and just old books in general, because I wanted to have the history captured at the time, or closer to the time of its origin. Because I found that I was in school, and of course you only have so much time to learn these things, but schools are becoming pretty streamlined. and certain things you didn't learn about. My papa was in the Korean War, and I didn't really learn about the Korean War in school. I learned about the Korean War from my papa. And so I wanted to collect books that informed me, and hopefully this collection will inform others about more of the phases of history and more of the things that we need to look for, and make sure history doesn't repeat itself, make sure history does repeat itself, just kind of have a broader spectrum of things that we learn. And so it's just become something that I'm really passionate about, and telling other people about as well. And hopefully someday turning this into something that people can look at and have more of a comprehensive history of the world around them, about America. Yeah. And so it's turned into collecting antique history books, and then also just antique literature in general.
Interesting. Very interesting stuff. Well, I'm curious about why it is that country music in particular is your passion. What is it about the country music world that pulls at your heart?
I grew up on country music. I grew up in Arkansas, and I have always loved it. And as I've gotten older, it's become evident to me why I love it. It's not just the music, which is great, but it's not just the music. It's not just the lyrics. It's not just, it's all of it together. And it's the fact that country music is something that no matter how the world changes, or no matter how music changes, you still get to tell a story in country music. You still get to talk about things that wouldn't otherwise make it to radio. You wouldn't hear a pop song necessarily about stand or some of these themes, and even just some of the truthful themes of country music. You don't hear the kind of breakup songs on other radio that you do in country music. And so country just, it holds a place in my heart, and I feel like you can tell the truth in country music. Well
put. What about some of your favorite singers and songwriters in country music? Who would they be?
I have always loved Garth Brooks. I think he's an incredible performer. I've seen him several times, and the show just never gets old. I think he's absolutely incredible. The music is so timeless. Gosh, it's so hard because there's so many people that contribute to songs that I love. But I really just go back to what, my parents listened to when I was growing up, and a lot of that's Garth and just some of the classics.
Can you tell us about any people that you have met through your journeys in music that has really blown you away?
There's so many people in country that are just through and through exactly who we think they are. They're just great people. Dina Carter, I worked on a film's music with her a couple of years back, and she is just lovely. She is so nice. She is so funny. We ended up writing together as well, and she's incredible. John Rich is awesome. Great artist, performer. Of course, a fan of America. And yeah, I think, there's so many, but those are two good highlights.
Something I admire about you is this willingness to speak your mind and to express what it is that you believe. And there's in many times in the entertainment music business, there's a push. Sometimes it's explicit, and sometimes it's more subtle, to just kind of keep certain things to yourself. Mm-hmm. What do you think it is that makes you willing to express what it is that you feel inside?
Every time someone listens to my music, I'm asking them to relate to something I'm saying. I'm asking them to put their emotions out there and relate to music, even if it's not stand, even if it's, a different song that I've put out or I haven't put out yet. When I'm singing live and I'm looking in the faces of people, I'm asking them to kind of be transparent with me and be present with me. And I feel like it's only fair if I am representing exactly who I am and the things that I believe in, when I'm singing music. And I think it's important to be truthful, and there are some things that are just too important right now, and just the fact that, you know, how much I love veterans and appreciate the military. And I think that people, it's important that people understand that, and it's important that people understand the gravity of everything that people in the military have sacrificed for, you know, you and me and people that they've never met. And I think it's an important message right now, and I wanted to communicate it.
So when somebody goes and they see you live, a live performance of Alexis Wilkins, what is it that you hope the person in the audience, the person that's out there, gets from the experience of seeing you sing live?
I hope that they love the music. I hope that they relate to the writing. I hope that they leave going, you know, feeling a little bit like they made a friend, because I know that when I like meet people after shows, I feel like I made a bunch of new friends, truly. And I hope they have a great time. You know, music is important for messaging, for like stand for the things that I believe in, but music is also supposed to be an escape. You know, I think as things have gotten so involved and political, we forgot that, you know, music is a tool to all get on the same level. And, you know, you're standing at a concert shoulder to shoulder singing the same song. You know, I can't think of anything less polarizing, honestly. And so I hope that people make friends while they're at my show. I hope that people love the music, and I hope that they get a minute to just be in the moment and appreciate the fact that they're at a concert. And yeah, I hope they like the music.
So what is coming down the river? What's coming up for Alexis Wilkins?
So we have an EP finished, and it should be coming out around the top of the year. We don't have an official release date yet, but we will soon. And just, you know, working on Stan and making sure that that message gets out there, and that people hear it and it resonates with people, which I'm so blown away by and so excited to be seeing. And I have a Christmas song called Old Fashioned Christmas. And so I will be promoting that through December, and then moving on to the EP in Q1.
Nice. Very nice. What is the best thing about being Alexis Wilkins?
Oh gosh. I think getting to, especially with Stan in this season, it has been getting to be the whole of myself and get to have interviews where I get to talk about how much I love veterans in America, and in the same breath also get to promote music and talk about music, and talk about how much I love writing. You know, all in the same interview. So I'd say in this season, that's it. But all the time, probably my family and getting to spend time with them. That is always the best part. But yeah.
So my last question, I always like to give the guest the microphone. It's an incredibly open-ended question. We just never know who's watching or listening. You never know. But for anybody who's tuned in with us, totally open-ended, what would you say to that person in closing?
Wow, that is open-ended. I like it. I'm thinking like there's a lot of different things to say here. I think I have to start with, you know, if you're a veteran or a police officer or a first responder or anyone who has served this country, thank you. You are seen, you are appreciated. If you are the family of someone, you know, thank you for supporting them. I hope that you check out Stand, because the message is something that I feel strongly about. And I would just say, as a kind of more open-ended version of that, just stand up for the things that you believe in, whatever that may be. It doesn't matter if it is, you know, along the lines of Stand, or if it's not. Just stand up for the things that you believe in, because someone listening or, you know, watching is going to be inspired by it. And so no matter what that is, you will have inspired someone.
Very well put.
Thank you.
So it's alexiswilkins.com?
Yes.
All right. Well, Alexis Wilkins, thank you so much for spending time with us. Thank you for this song, Stand, and have a great weekend. I hope to see you performing live sometime.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you so much for having me. It's been such a great conversation and time. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Until next time.
Till next time. Thanks.
You know, the Paul Leslie Hour is made possible by people like you, listeners, viewers. Please go to thepaulleslie.com/support, and you'll know what to do when you're there. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who contributes. Performance of The Entertainer intro song by John Primorano. And of course, this is your announcer speaking. See you next time on the Paul Leslie Hour.